This man in back of me that you've been watching here, the Sheik, the wild man from Syria, the United States heavyweight champion, was on this program today, but through the magic of videotape only. You see, the Sheik has been barred from live appearances on Big Time Wrestling. Why? Because he is such a violent individual. I personally think that maybe he should be barred from arenas around the country, too, because whenever that man appears, anything can happen. And certainly we don't want something like what you saw with Sailor Art Thomas to happen on this television program. So nonetheless, the Sheik is barred from this television program until the commission decides of his fate. But you know, a little bit earlier, we did mention how you can raise those badly needed funds for your clubs, groups, charities, and organizations. And here in Michigan, of course, the guy to talk to is Mike Kalonis. Down in Tennessee, for you fans, in the Tennessee area who are receiving this edition of Big Time Wrestling, the man to contact there, of course, is the super promoter in that part of the country and has been for some time. I talk about super promoter Nick Gulas. That's the man to contact down in Tennessee. But right now, here's the man to talk to here in the Midwest. Let's bring him out here. Mr. Mike Kalonis. Mike, come on in here. You know, we talked about clubs, groups, charities, and organizations out there, and you can tell us why Big Time Wrestling is so good to raise money.
Well, at this time, I'm speaking to all members and secretaries of civic service or fraternal groups watching this program. As you know, Big Time Wrestling is the #1 attraction in the world today. If your club or organization is interested in sponsoring a Big Time Wrestling card in your city or community, all you have to do is contact me, Mike Kalonis, and I will be very happy to send you all the necessary information.
You mean the stars we've seen on this program today, stars like Ox Baker, the Sheik? Can you imagine that? Luis Martinez, Captain Ed George, Nelson Royal, Dick the Bruiser. They can have stars like that in town?
They're all available for spot shows. And our arrangement with sponsoring groups is a good way for any club or organization to raise money for its pet project. And bear in mind that if and when we should do business, that Worldwide Sports will do everything in its power to make your project a smashing sellout success.
Okay, let's talk also, just quickly, because we're running out of time, about well, you need a building of suitable size. The National Guard Armory High School gymnasium is great, but it can be inside or outside, right? Fairs, carnivals, celebrations?
Any proper location is more than adequate.
Right, like a football field, like at a fairgrounds, in front of the grandstands. Big Time Wrestling has drawn terrific crowds, Mike, and I want to thank you for coming on this television program with us today.
Thank you,
And
Bob.
I want people to get to know you because you're a great guy and you can help clubs, groups, charities, and organizations out there.